Mến chào các bạn, mình là Thủy Lê, huấn luyện viên cuộc sống của Học viện Proctor Gallagher, người sẽ giúp các bạn chuyển hóa cuộc đời của mình từ bên trong, nơi chứa đựng sức mạnh, tiềm năng và các công cụ sáng tạo phi thường, giúp bạn kiến tạo cuộc đời bạn thực sự muốn trải nghiệm tại đây và ngay bây giờ.
A long time ago, I learned that you and I have a program deep in our psyche. And most of us are not aware of the program. We're not aware that it even exists. We're not aware, of course, then how it was built and the role that it plays in our life. We're asked, why did you do that? We don't know why we did it. We know better. We know we didn't have to do it. We didn't want to do it, and we do it anyway. Now, it's a strange thing that a high percentage of all people walking on the planet are going through that. They know how to live the way they want to live. They know how to treat people the way they should treat people. But that doesn't mean they're going to do it. In most cases, they don't do it. And that's rather sad because they want to. So what they're doing, they're working with an unseen enemy that's programmed right into their mind. Now, the strange part about this, we didn't build this program, someone else built it. But we're responsible for changing it. It was built genetically. That's why you look so much like your relatives. When I was a young guy, I had red hair. My mother didn't have red hair. My father didn't have red hair. I have a brother and a sister. Neither one of them had red hair, which could lead to all kinds of speculation, couldn't it? However, my mother's father and all his brothers had red hair. Sometimes it'll jump one generation and come out in another one. But it's not just the color of your hair or the shape or the form of your body. It's your behavioral patterns. And they're passed down from one generation to another. Do you know that almost all welfare recipients are third, fourth, fifth generation welfare recipients? People are creatures of habit. Way back in the late 30s, Albert E.N. Gray was the secretary to Prudential Insurance. He wrote an article, he wrote a talk, it was a great talk. I carried it with me for years. The common denominator of success. And he said the common denominator of success was informing the habit of doing things failures don't like to do. Now think of that. The common denominator of success is forming the habit of doing things failures don't like to do. Let's think of what a paradigm is for a moment, because it's mighty important. A paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. It's a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior, and almost all of our behavior is habitual. I went along until I was 26, going in the wrong direction, and all of a sudden, just like that, I stopped and I went in the other direction. My income went from $4,000 a year to $14,500 a month within a year. No formal education, no business experience. Bang, just like that it happened. It wasn't an accident. I was following the direction of an individual that came into my life. He gave me this book, Think and Grow Rich, and he said, if you'll read this every day, said the man that wrote it spent his entire life putting it together. And he said, I think it would be a very prudent move on your part if you spent the rest of your life trying to understand and apply what he wrote. And then he said, if you'll do exactly what I tell you, until you find out I'm lying or I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, I had never done that. I was, you'd call a bad kid. I wouldn't do what I was told. And I wouldn't do it. I absolutely resented any kind of authority. But all of a sudden, this guy said, if you do exactly what... Now, then he said, listen, your way's not working, mine is. Why don't you do what I'm telling you? And so something, the way he said it made sense. Your way's not working, why don't you try mine?